Good morning, welcome to TriStar Digging. I appreciate you joining us today. We are going to do a little yard job, a little yard project, not too far from my house. It's actually, it's so close, I'm just going to track the dozer over there to it. And I'll come back and get the packer to build a little driveway extension as well. Get that driveway packed in good. And it is cold this morning, and I'd say this little kitty cat, I haven't run in a while. I don't even know, it's probably been a month since I've run this, and I'm pretty sure I probably didn't turn the master switch off because I figured I'd be using it a day or two. But anyway, we'll see if it's going to start. And then I've also got to get this packer started up, and it don't like to start in warm weather, let alone cold. So it's going to get a little bit of tractor crack through to it. And so let's see what we can do. And nope, I sure didn't. So the master switch is on. Might as well leave that compartment open because I'm sure I'll be boosting this thing. Absolutely nothing. It is completely dead. Well, that's what happens. I know better. I know to turn that master switch off, but sometimes I just don't. So this morning I get to work on it. So these batteries should be good and hot on this truck. I'm gonna try to boost this dozer off with it just because it's sitting here so close and handy. Let's see if we got any juice to the switch now. Okay, we do have juice going to the switch. Moment of truth, let's see if it's gonna start. Nope. Nope. We lost contact. I heard it on the battery cables. I guess what I'm gonna try to do is, I need this truck started in order to charge that battery up on that dozer, since it's sitting here so close to the dozer. Let's see if I can get it started. I'll give it a little bit of tractor crack and see if we can get fired up. Wintertime excavation work brings on a whole different level of aggravation. Stuff won't start, and but let's see if we can get this started. They don't need to crying about it. All right, we'll let that thing charge up for just a few minutes, and I'm gonna walk over here and make a phone call to a guy that texted me this morning, a salesman, looking at adding something to the TriStar digging fleet. And I think it'll be a very handy to use, and I think it's a very popular attachment that folks like to watch on YouTube as well. So let's see if we can't get that lined up. I'll be back in just a minute. We'll see if we can get that dozer started. That truck's still running over here and charging batteries up on that dozer. We'll go back over here and see if we can get that dozer started now. Just got off the phone with that salesman, and price sounds reasonable for that piece of equipment. So take a guess what it is, leave it in a comment. We'll see who's right, and we'll see what this thing's gonna look like when I get it. Nope, gotta charge a little longer. Batteries on that dozer have charged a little bit more, so I'm gonna give it a try. I've shown this on the channel before. It's a NOCO boost, heavy duty. GB70 is the model number of that. I had my doubts about these things when I first saw them, first tried them, but I'm pretty impressed with what they do. It might make me look bad today, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut this truck off, unhook the battery cables, hook this little baby up right here, and see if it'll boost it off. All right, so the way this thing works is you just hook it up to your batteries just like any other booster and turn it on, and then these lights will start blinking, and it'll give you the symbol here that's ready to boost off. Let's see if it's gonna work. Nope, it didn't. I guess I'll just hook the battery cables back up and start this truck back up and let it charge for a little longer. motor's warming up. Let's see if we can get this packer started. See if the old booster is going to work 2 times in a row. I got to get this compartment off, get to the battery. It's behind there, and then we'll see if we can get started by that way. Started, but I put too much ether to it. I didn't like that. Need to be more careful. Small problem with the truck here. When I started up to move it, Diesel got in it and won't get out. So he wants to go for a ride, but I'll bet you as soon as I start backing this Dozer up, he'll jump out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk the Dozer over there, and I'm just going just on the other side. Those cows are standing just on the other side of that hill is really where I'm going. And I need my truck over there for my tools and stuff. So I just went ahead and put the packer on the trailer, and no need, I'm not even going to strap it down. It's not even a quarter of a mile up the end of my driveway. Not even getting on the main road. And this is the stepper that I fixed the other day. Let's try it out for the first time in the field to see if it's going to work. Look at there, like a charm. So let's get this equipment over there, and we're gonna get to work. Got here with a Dozer to the job site now, and this is a new mobile home. It's been put in here. It's a double wide, and typical what happens on these situations is the site prep guy will come in and prep the site for the mobile home, and they'll get some positive drainage away from the mobile home, but they're not necessarily paid to fix unless they're done by the property owner themselves. Not really paid to fix the yard the way it needs to be done. And what's happened here is there's a slopes a little bit away from the house, and then it climbs up into a hump in the front yard here, and all that water is draining back down to this little area. It's not draining well, it's standing water. So what we're going to do, it's going to be a little bit challenging because this porch was built before I could get out here to do it, and there's a little bit of a hump right there that I'm not going to be able to do anything with. It's just going to be there because I can't get any Dozer around there to do it. But I'm going to clip all this ground right here and level this off, and then slope this area back into it and get positive drainage all the way away from this house. And the dirt that I'm going to have here to do is going to go over here in front of the Dozer where the driveway stops. I'm going to build a driveway that'll carry on over here to the side of the house where they're going to go in and out. There is a water line where that roll of water line is right there. It comes right down through here, but he said it's 5 feet deep. That's pretty deep for a water line, but anyway, it's not going to be in my way even if it's a couple feet deep, because I'll be down to grade before I even really get to this water line area. There's a little bit of topsoil on here that I want to save to kind of put back over this. I think what I'll do is push that topsoil over to that side, make a pile over in there, and then cut this dirt and bring it over here and build this driveway. making some progress getting that topsoil off. There's actually a lot more topsoil on that piece of ground than I thought there was. And I've got most of it off now, and I like just a little bit, just cleaning up. You can see that red spot right there, so I'm down to clay most everywhere over here now. I think what I'll do is stop where I'm at, and like now from this perspective, my house, my place is just right across there. So I'm gonna walk back to the house and get the packer and bring it back. Since I'm so close to the house, I'm gonna go ahead and bring the skid steer back over here too. The skid steer will just make it a whole lot easier and quicker to work around this house here and get this slope back rather than trying to fool with a dozer. It's just big and cumbersome to try to do that little finish work with. So I'm close to the house. I'll go get the skid steer and roller and bring it back, and I'll strip off the topsoil for this road. I think I'm gonna take this topsoil from this road and push it right back here, and then I'll spread it back out along here after I get the driveway built. But I'm about ready to start pushing red dirt out of here and start building that driveway. Got that looking how I want it now. That's a good grade slope away from the house. And what I'll do is carry that on out to a certain distance, and then I'm gonna have to start going back up again to tie it back into that slope bank over there. We'll work it out around, as usual, I'll park a dozer in the way. Get that dozer out of the way, and then I'm gonna work this on around the front of this porch and on around the other side of the house. Then I'll get back on the dozer and finish cleaning this topsoil off and start pushing red dirt out. I got that on grade where I want it now, all the way from this side of the house, around the front of the porch, and over to the other side of the house. So we'll keep working at it and push this grade on out in the yard and get it looking good. This is some of the best dirt I've been in a while. This stuff is just soft, and it's like cutting butter. So that makes for a good day. Pretty well got this all fixed up now like I want. I'm down to enough red now that I'm confident. Push that red over in there and pack it in. It'll make a good driveway. There's a lot of topsoil here, but it's just a driveway for car and light trucks. So I got all that cut out now, and back into here. I got the parking area cut out. Now then, what I'm gonna do is, I've got the dozer sitting back there on the other side of the house. I'll start pushing red dirt over into here and working it in the road, and then I'll use the packer. So I'll set you up in the drone for a little while and get this road built. Getting this red dirt out, bringing it over here to start building the road. I found the water line. Luckily I didn't break it and we don't have water going everywhere, but I was told it was 5 feet deep, and no, it's more like 18 inches if that. So the only way to fix this yard and fix it right is to keep working, doing what I'm doing. What I've got to do is get this water line out of the way, and it'll have to be reconnected up there on the other side and then reconnected here at the house. There's supposed to be a shark bite fitting somewhere about 15 foot away from the house. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try this. I haven't done it before, but I think it'll work. I'm going to take the skid steer and I'm going to start flicking dirt off of that water line as I'm going towards the house, and find a point up towards the house where I can cut it off. And then I'll come over here and do the same thing, because this water line's no good to us anyway. So I'm just going to scoot along the top of it, getting the dirt off of it to a point up there where I can cut it off. We'll see how that works. First thing we want to do is get this water turned off, and let's get this lid off and see what it looks like. Oh, good. It's just got the little handle here, so that's good. All right, we got the water off now. So now then, we'll go back down here to the house and try what I was talking about with the skid steer, see if I can skim that dirt back off of it. That's actually working really well. What kind of threw me off, I cut it in two right here because it had varying depth to it. It actually turned up right there, come up out of the ground. That's the reason I cut it in two. Doesn't matter. Anyway, you see how I'm going there? I'm gonna chase it all the way over to that dirt pile where I won't be cutting any farther. And then over here, it looks like it turns and goes towards the house. I'm gonna chase it back all the way to the house, cut it and finish the yard, and then we'll rebury it. So that's an unexpected little extra job. Well, that didn't take long. I found the shark bite connector right there, so I just cut it off this side of the shark bite. So we'll just reconnect it there with that, and then over there, right in there, I've got the shovel with that line pulled back. So now that I can keep working and keep pushing this red dirt over into here, I think I've got a good bit in here now. I think I'll go ahead and start building the base for that driveway and then get that packed in. So let's do that. Let's take a look here what we got. I got it all the way up here to the transition where kind of used to go that way, but we're going to take it at a curve and go around that way. I've got pretty close to enough dirt, I think. I'll get this graded in there and then pack it, take a look at that, see what it looks like. Got the road finished now. I just got to do a little bit more cleaning up on the surface of it and repack it again. Topsoil the side of it, and then I've got this red dirt where I want it, and I've started putting the topsoil back on, and we'll get all that dressed up. Should have this pretty well wrapped up in the morning. Probably take 3 hours, I guess, in the morning to get this all finished up. But see you then. It's Friday morning, but it's actually 2 weeks after I started this job. After I got finished on that Friday, it started raining, and it's pretty much rained every day or every other day since then. The ground's just been saturated with water and just unable to work. Stick around after the message. I'm gonna do a drone flight over the site there, and you'll be able to see what it looks like. And I'm bundled up like I'm in Alaska because it is absolutely cold here this morning where I live, and these old cows are hungry. I got to get some hay out. You know, for the last 3 days I've had a rough time. It's been I've been really sick. I've had a stomach virus, kept me laid up for a better part of 3 days, and on the couch, and just not been able to do anything. And I'm just now recovering this morning, just able to get out to get these cows fed. And I remember when I was in the time when I was really sick, I had severe back pain because of the fever, and stomach pain because of the virus, and just praying that God would miraculously heal me and take that pain and suffering away, and wondering why God wouldn't heal me and take that pain away. So on the other side of that, I realized He was healing me. He designed our bodies to create fever to kill the virus that was inside of us. He created our bodies to expel stuff from our bodies that were causing us harm, and those times were rough, I'll just be honest. But through that process, I learned something from that even though that wasn't the way I desired it, God was healing me. God was using the body that He created to heal itself. A lot like our spiritual life, we have a virus in our spiritual life called sin, and our sin causes us harm. Our sin causes us problems and pain and suffering. But listen, God also created a cure for that. God created a healing process for that sin, and that's called His Savior, the Son, Jesus Christ. And it did cause a lot of pain and suffering to Jesus for us to have that healing process in our life. Jesus suffered and died for our sins so that we can be healed. So I hope that's a message to you and a lesson to you this morning, that no matter what you're going through in your life and the struggles and trials, God has a plan and purpose for healing, whether it's physical healing through the bodies He's created or spiritual healing in your life. As a result of sin, we're all facing death, and we're all facing an eternity, either in a place called hell or a place called heaven. And there's a remedy for that sin that can bring healing to your life, spiritual healing, and that's through a faith and trust in Jesus Christ. So I hope this message has been encouragement to you. I hope that if you're struggling today with the difficulties of sin, that you'd look upon the cross, look upon Jesus Christ for salvation, for the healing of your soul. So I appreciate you watching, and thanks, and God bless.